My name is Ben. I'm a polar bear and live in the Arctic. In the Arctic, we have long nights in winter, which provide plenty of room for good night stories. My mother is a great storyteller and tells great stories from her youth or stories her mother already told her.
Stories of cold water that felt refreshing in the fur, and the currents push and pull, and the sense of excitement. Stories about building their own houses out of snow and ice, which are cozy and keep warm and safe from cold winds. Stories of the sea, overflowing with seals, and feasts with a different fish every day. Stories about the company of seagulls, polar foxes, walruses, and whales, showing their back like black mountains in the sea and always being friendly.
Nowadays, whales are rarely showing up, but the occurrence of different black mountains, the humans call ships, increased, though they never respond and seem rather unfriendly. I have a lot less company from walruses and polar foxes too. But not only the number of ships is increasing, humans are test drilling for the extraction of oil and to find gas deposits as well. This has a massive impact on our habitat. Areas where my equals used to retreat to hibernate, give birth, and raise cubs are particularly affected. Also, in summer, snow gets rarer and we often break through the ice and have unwanted baths in warm water. From scientists visiting our habitat, I heard that in the last 100 years, the average temperature in the Arctic has risen by around 5 degrees Celsius. Snow is so rare that even building a house has become a troublesome task. We have become something like nomads, traveling a lot to find food and sleeping under the bare sky. I have the impression ice bears are thinner than on the pictures I know too. Since my mother was born approximately 10 years ago, the pack ice declined by around 10%. Pack ice is crucial for hunting seals, our favorite dish. Once in summer, I stranded on land because I was not fast enough to follow the unexpectedly fast ice retreat. I had to fast on land until the sea froze again in autumn. In order to find food, we roam on land rather than on ice, like in mother stories. Forced to eat berries, like our brown furred neighbors, rather than tasty seals. Sometimes even carcasses or out of garbage cans. The taste is hard to get used to, and the humans don't like me being around their settlements. Nowadays, finding a female grizzly bear has become easier than a polar bear. Well, hybrid children are probably better suited to living with climate change. They even could have children on their own.
My grandchildren might not have an easy life either, whether they are polar bears or hybrids. Nevertheless, it is important that we survive, because we are important for the balance of the ecosystem. As a keystone species, we have a disproportionately large impact on our environment relative to our numbers. Our presence and hunting activities help maintain the balance and structure of the Arctic marine ecosystem, ensuring that no single species dominates and that biodiversity is preserved. We help to control the population of seals, ensuring they do not grow too large, which could lead to overgrazing of the marine ecosystem's resources. Without us, the whole Arctic ecosystem could collapse. By preying particularly on weak, sick, or young seals, we ensure healthy and robust seal populations. Human activities are both directly through drilling for oil and gas and indirectly through the climate change, changing the Arctic environment, threatening the survival of once common species and disrupting the fragile Arctic ecosystem. Let's act now to stop the loss of habitat and species diversity and ensure the survival for future generations.